Yes, troops. How we doing, man? We've got my man BA here tonight. He's already checked in. Let's make sure we can hear him. We can hear everybody nice and clear first before we get into business. So, do this. Let me do this technical stuff here. There you go. You should be able to see my wee face right now. I'm looking good tonight. Yeah, man. I'm looking good tonight. Yes, troops. How we doing, man? Let me bring in Respect BA.
What's good, brother? Spliff, energy drink, butterfly night. Ready to bait up your stream.
My man B has got his set up tonight. You've got a little bit of a delay at your end there, BA, but maybe it's me. Good to see you, bro. How's lockdown been?
Likewise, mate. Not much too different for me, man. I'm still working. Same old shit, mate. I spend a lot of my time in a fucking dimly lit room writing bars anyway, as all creative people do. So, I mean, fuck's the difference to me, man. Yeah, mate.
That's true, bro. Good to see you're still safe. Yeah, I mean, I keeping similar. I live a similar lifestyle to yourself, bro. As you know, a little bit of an indoor cat, just due to the nature of what we do. But gutted I can't get out so much, and still working as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, that's fine. You know what I mean? But good to see you, bro. We're here to talk about hip hop work tonight.
Of course.
Destroying MCs and all that stuff.
I'm up for talking about whatever you want to talk about, mate.
Yeah, man, I've not got a plan B. It's just good to catch up, you know what I mean? And shoot the breeze, and got some of your tunes here that it's good to play some of them in a wee bit and some new shit. So, yeah, man. Let me get this banner out the way, because I want to see a full other human being at the moment.
Cool.
There we go, man. Respect BA in the building. So BA, a lot of people know you in the Scottish rap game, right? For the battle circuit and all that, right?
Yeah.
From your recent releases. But you've got a history in this, not just the Scottish rap game, but the UK rap game. And I want to find out a wee bit more about all that tonight, because I'm quite curious. I've heard some of the stories and some of the tales about you and Blade, for instance.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that tonight first, because obviously Blade being a UK legend, that's a great place for a young man to cut his teeth as an MC. So you were Blade's hype man for a time, yeah?
Yeah, man. What happened was Mark B and Blade done the Unknown tour. Obviously, the Unknown album was quite a big album, not just in UK hip hop, but obviously for UK hip hop, because like they done a remix with Feeder and shit. They shot it with that. So it was a fairly significant album for just a pair of underground heads to have as well. And obviously, even before that, Blade was a legend. Before that Mark B shit even came about.
Yeah, man.
So they were doing the Unknown tour in Glasgow, and I was literally in the front row, Steg, with my demo, going like that to the beat, yeah, with my CD in my hand. And Blade, I think just to get a laugh from the crowd at the time, was like, yeah, safe for that, and took my demo in it. And I thought, yeah, that's cool. Everyone got a little laugh out of that. I'll never hear from him again. But then 2 days later, they literally called my house, like, yo, there's a lot of fucking potential here. And from that day, I spoke to him a lot. He gave me a lot of advice, and then I guess when he thought the time was right, I mean, I wasn't even expecting this either, mate. But he must have just been sizing me up, thinking this guy would be a good hype man. So you know, there became a place available for that, and yeah, he just hit me up and asked me to do it. So it's quite crazy. But then even before that, bro, I was like traveling up and down the country battling. I was putting on hip hop nights in Carlisle, what were the only hip hop nights there. Like I was trying everything, mate. I was still battling a lot even before I the Blade. You know what
I mean? Give us a year on this in terms of when did you put that demo in front of Blade?
Oh fuck!
Can you remember like a year? You know what I mean? Just so we can get a timeline on BA and how he's done. I'm going to take a guess.
Well, go on.
You say it.
You guess.
I'm going to say 99, but I'm just totally guessing.
I reckon it was maybe 2001, maybe 2000 or 2001. But you might be right. It
Okay,
might
cool.
be 99, bro. Because I was mad young. I
Okay,
wasn't even like. I don't even think I was 18 at the time.
cool, man. So,
Hmm.
young MC, you put your tape out there. Didn't expect anything. Well, not necessarily didn't expect anything. You wouldn't put your tape out there. There was obviously a bit of hope in it. You know what I mean? But you know the chances of somebody going to get back to anybody was slim. Blade took the time, checked it out, got on the phone to you. That must have been a pretty mad moment for a man.
Bro, as a young guy, I was fucking buzzing. Like my mom came in the room. I remember it. My mom came in the room like, Blade's on the
Aye,
phone.
man.
And I was like, no fucking way, man. And yeah, he was just like, yo, I listened to the full thing. Like the fact he took it out of my hand was cool enough. Like that shows he's a cool brother, try to be cool with the crowd or whatever. I genuinely wasn't expecting nothing. I never do, mate. I'm quite a pessimistic person when it comes to the business side of this shit. I've got faith in myself as an artist, but I have no faith in anything that operates outside of that as a business. Do you know what I mean? So, so
True, true, true.
so I was just like, whatever. But yeah, the fact he actually phoned in that, and then obviously not just phoned once, but kept our friendship with me going and shit, man. And then even offering me that job, even after that, is like, it's all very complimentary. He must have fucking saw something in me, obviously.
Breaking up a lot.
His time.
Yeah, man. But to give people a bit of context, Blade was like the biggest rapper in the UK at that time.
He was the Don, mate.
It wasn't just like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just coming up or anything like that in his career. He was the biggest rapper in the UK at that time. We all had Blade records. We all respected Blade and still do, obviously.
Like
And
I would
his
say,
live shows were the dopest.
I would say to this day, I mean, can you think of any other artist, bro, who, like, I don't know the exact figures, but I know he sold a fuck ton of vinyl standing on street corners, shotting it. And
Yeah, man.
I think to this day, he's got the record for just vinyls sold in hand to people on road. Like in the 90s and shit in London, he was making fucking bank just by going out every day with Mr. Lex as his security. I don't know if you remember Mr. Lex,
I
but my
did
man
no,
big.
no.
Yeah, my man was
Okay,
big. And
okay.
yeah, so him and Mr. Lex just used to go into all the dodgiest ends, mate, and just fucking shop vinyls all day. And like he sold tens of thousands of vinyls back in the 90s when you could, if you were good sell, like in London, that
Yeah,
many
man.
fucking vinyls, you know what I mean?
I remember learning how to send a postal order and what a postal order really meant because I wanted to order Blade's records from him. You know what I mean? Or buy it in advance. I think I was buying it in advance from him. I
Yeah,
think
man.
that's for
Line goes from strength to strength LP and all that shit.
yeah, yeah. I had a couple of Blade 12s before that, and I think I had paid for the album in advance because it was a thing to do. We we were
I tell you what else, Peg. You would have fucking loved this, mate. See where I stayed when I was at Blades. I stayed
aye,
in his like in-house recording studio, and
okay,
then essentially it was like a museum if you're a hip hop fan, because through that next room was the vinyl room. Every single Blade release, every single
dope.
fucking rare release you could imagine, signed and shit. It's just like it reminds me of Big Dev's house or any of you DJs who are just ridiculous at acquiring autographs for rare vinyl, and it was just like a fucking museum of it, bro.
Yeah,
Ridiculous,
man.
mate.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. But that's the place where you got really in about what hip hop was in terms of taking it more serious as an artist and being around artists like Blade who were at the top of the game. You know what I mean? So you must have some fond memories of that shit. You know what I mean? And it must be something that the is
Uh,
it
well,
it?
well, of course I have fond memories, and the first thing I always want to say when I'm discussing my time with Blade is like, nobody rocks a crowd like old school rappers. Crowd participation is something that has slowly died out as it has became cooler to give less of a fuck. You want people to have fun less because if you don't give a fuck, why would you want someone to have fun? So it's a weird psychology in a modern rapper to just be stone faced and fucking meh 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 meh. And old school rappers were the exact opposite. They wanted everyone to be jumping and smiling. And like I'm lucky enough to have had that tutelage working for Blade to get the old school mentality of how to rock a crowd, while at the same time I class myself as a fairly modern styled lyricist. So I'm like a combination of two worlds almost. Well, I was very lucky to be in the position to learn all that fucking old school side of the craft while merging it with all that new school side of lyricism, which I personally was interested in. Do you know what I mean? So very, very
Did,
fortunate.
did you know much about local, like, Scottish rap at that time?
Yeah. See, what happened was, I first, just before I got the job with Blade, I got scouted off a Big Dev, but initially it was by Casual 7, who was a producer in Paisley.
Big shout, yeah.
Yeah, and I was at that time looking for any open mic battle tournament, fucking to the top and bottom of the United Kingdom to enter to on my stripes, and there was a random Scottish town which I swear I cannot even remember the name of to this day. And there was no one significant there, even like no one who went on to be significant in the Scottish scene was there, bro. I couldn't tell you one of these MCs I'd ever seen before or since. And it was an 8-man tournament, and there was two brothers who put on the event, rented out the venue, and had brought all their friends to this thing, yeah. So I actually managed to put one of them out, but it was the mad bias shit in the final, and the guy beat me. And I was like, at the time, I was a bit pissed off because, you know, there was no prize money for second place back then. I was like, rah, I've lost money coming here and not taking that dough, man. I was a bit pissed off just because I never took the dough. And but then Casual 7 came up to me after, was like, yo, you 100% should have won. You know you should have won. This guy's here with all his friends. You know what it is. Here's my number. I really think you've got potential. So I started talking to Casual 7. Casual 7 told Big Dev about me, and then Big Dev was like, yo, I want to get you involved with Criminal Records. And obviously that was the infrastructure of like the new generation of Criminal Records, which I'm sure you remember at the time was me, Loki, Mac G, with Dev overseeing the projects and all the beats and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was all in place. And then just all out of the blue, while that was all going down, Blade was like, yo, I want you to be my hype man. So fucking shit just all went bananas in all sorts of ways, man. But yeah, I mean, at the time, mate, I wish, to be honest, bro, I wish there was any other time in my life where that had happened because I was a young guy. I was literally a fucking guy still in my teens getting told I get to go and rap and tour around Europe full fucking time. It's like living the fucking dream, chilling, innit? Getting paid well, travel, accommodation everywhere, everything's cool. But at the same time, unfortunately, one of my closest relatives I just found out they were incredibly sick. So I was removed from my closest relatives because I had to take this opportunity. So I was away from the people I wanted to be closer to at the time, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, I didn't get the full fucking fun of it all, I guess, for a little bit. But fortunately, that situation ended up improving, and I do have lots of fond memories. But I do remember my first few months down there just being quite isolated and lonely, bro, and fucking missing all my people back in Scotland and shit.
Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah,
It's only natural, like you say. You're a young man, in a big smoke, lots of strange people around you. Yeah, you're going to be a bit homesick for sure. What about the battling, bro? Did the battling come up before that or during that time?
Before that, mate, my favourite, like, I naturally gravitated towards the big L's, the cannabises. Like, I remember hearing rap for years and years and years, and then the day I heard the rap with a lyric that made me go, "Oh shit!" And I was like, I never want to not go, "Oh shit," when I hear something. Why didn't them other people make me go, "Oh shit"? And why wouldn't I ever not want someone to go, "Oh shit," when I rap? Obviously, there's a million types of rap. I'm a huge fan of deep soulful rap like Talib Kweli. I love street New York shit, the boom bap era, fucking Gangstar and digging in the crates and all that sort of shit. I love fucking G'd up, beautiful palm tree in the background gangster rap. But the thing that felt like it was for me was fucking combat, mate. I gravitate towards one-on-one competition. I'm a competitive cunt. And lyricism-based rap is the form within rap that is like, let's see you do this better than me. And I wanted to be like, yeah, I want to combat and see if they can do it as good as me when I get good. And
I was going to touch on your combat skills later as well, because I know that's something that you're passionate about. It's something that's reflected in your music and your whole battle mentality and your mentality as an MC as well, like you were speaking on there.
And
what was your first battle?
Yeah, I just want to touch on something on that while I remember. What's even weirder is no one will understand that but me, but also some of the strategies that I developed in battle rap went on to help me when I was sparring and kickboxing later. So they translate to one another. Like mentalities or strategies are weirdly translatable between a physical combat and a verbal. It's strange, mate. It's hard to explain. Like, yeah.
We want that game tonight. We want to hear these fucking lessons about fucking the art of battle rap and the art of MCing and shit. Let me bring in Freestyle Master. He's singing in the background here. There he is.
Yes, bro. What is happening, Davey? Mate, it's been so long since I've kicked it with Davey, man. He's my fucking guy.
Yes, good to see you, mate.
Likewise,
good to
bro.
see you.
Likewise.
Good to see you at Steg.
How's your smoke this evening, sir?
It's I'm not even sure what it is. I think
one
it's
of them ones with no name.
It's good. I get caught a belter. I've tried every single week on here to keep it off camera, and then I just get caught a pure belter there. Mid-flight.
That's my rule just now. It's like, yeah, I'll come on your podcast if I can completely bait it up with weapons and drug paraphernalia. Otherwise, I'm not even.
You never said that, bro. You never said that.
Sorry, mate. That's just my fucking rule just now, isn't it? We're in a zombie apocalypse, Steg. Allow me a butterfly knife and a spliff is all I have.
See, that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to give you a shout. Being in the middle of an apocalypse, I thought it's a handy man to have around. You know what I mean? He's been planning for this shit.
Bro, yeah, I haven't been planning for this shit boring version of the apocalypse. I thought there'd be at least some people we could decapitate in this scenario and it'd be legal or something. But no, we just all cough and fucking go, stay away from me and then die. It's the shittest apocalypse movie of all time. Yeah. I might try and write that. I've been writing film scripts over the last few years. Maybe I'll write this shit apocalypse movie. Call it Social Distancing. People just cough and need their beds and then die at the end.
Are you managing to get any inspiration out of lockdown in any way? Are you still keeping busy with the writing and that, or has it just been
inspiration? Inspiration for the lockdown has been think of anything but COVID-19 balls, because I just don't think people want to hear that shit just now, mate. Almost. Obviously, true. The first thing my fucking silly, immature battle rapper brain goes to is bars for something when something like this happens. It's a horrible trait to have as a human being. But the second a celebrity dies, I'm like, fuck, I've got one in my head. Fuck. You know what I mean? I can't help it, mate. I just get bars, man. So, yeah, I do have them. I don't want to use them. I don't want to put them in any tracks. I'll wait 10 years until, there's a COVID-25 or something, and then I'll drop my COVID-19 bars.
Yeah. Deep, bro. That's deep, bro. Freestyle Master. We were speaking about Blade earlier on, man. Any thoughts on Blade and what he's all about in terms of UK rap?
Oh, I was listening while we were talking, and see Blade, but people don't recognise, or people only understand fully, as we all know about independent artists selling stuff, horn to horn and all that sort of stuff, but like BA hit on, Blade was selling fucking product, man. Blade was it was inspirational to us because we were the young guys looking for something that could show us a way in. And at the time, and here's a wee bit of history lesson actually for 2 seconds, if I can diverge. Back in the 80s, when hip hop first hit big across the world, the labels down south just jumped out and grabbed anybody that could string 2 words together and started to make what was called UK rap at that time. But it was a poor imitation of the American stuff. And what happened was it didn't sell. So the record labels just so they started to pull out as nobody was touching UK rap. UK rap was like a bad smell in the room, in the house of music, do you know what I mean? But then all of a sudden, this dude, and remember it was Steg G that bought the 12-inch or the EP with Rough It Up on it.
It was me.
It was you, Steg, aye. Because I remember you bought his album on all mail order, the Lion one. But Rough It Up, fucking hell, man, that was mind-blowing. And to then find out that this was a guy doing this himself, putting the records out, all the rest of it, you know what I mean? We had no concept yet and like that. And then no long after that, Wu-Tang and all that started to appear. But for us, the main influence for to be independent and stand up and be proud in what we do and no give a fucking no pander to labels. To tell the truth, we avoided labels. We never sent a demo tape to any cunt. And then
That's a
anytime
good
we
point,
did get
man.
interest with people, we looked upon it as if, hold on a minute, because we heard horror stories from groups like the Caliphs, who had signed major deals and they had got royally fucked. Royally fucked. No, I mean, that's a whole other story that you could do a 10-hour programme on, how UK hip-hop get fucked off the industry. But Blade was the fucking man. Blade was that dude that put it out there, the lion, the Leo that he is. No, I mean, he was right in amongst it. And like you say, mate, I remember seeing him live. I think it might have been the art school. And fuck me, man. The place was fucking bouncing, know what I mean? And huge inspiration. Fucking massive, man.
I just wanted to touch on that in terms of BA being connected to such a legendary MC at such an early age, you know what I'm saying, as well, and who inspired me, and I knew he inspired you too. But that's a good point about how he's inspired the whole underground UK rap culture.
Fuck aye, mate.
It's a scenario of like when he started in London, the capital of British hip hop, there was about fucking 5 MCs and 2 DJs. That is how fucking official he is. Do you know what I mean? There was literally 20 rappers in the fucking city when Blade rapped. It doesn't get any more old school than that. He remembers Tim Westwood was wearing fucking jorts with a Bible under his arm still. Do you know what I mean? He's the most old school brother you could meet, mate. Like, ridiculous. And also, I wanted to, you made me think about something there, David. See how the label shunned British hip hop for that period you were talking about. They caused, you know how for years there was all these London breeders with American accents. It was the label shunning that British shit that caused that, because then the only thing they would touch was the Iceberg Slim type breeder. It was like, here, I'm from London, but I'll spit just like, I'll give you exactly what they're doing, so you don't even have to worry about it not selling on a British difference thing. If they'd have just had the doors open to regions, they made the same mistake with singing. They make all their pop acts sing in American accents, so it's strangely jarring to hear a British or Scottish person sing in their native tongue. If they'd have opened the doors for all regions to begin with, it wouldn't ever be a fucking stigma to it. But because for years and years people Americanize shit, when someone does actually be themselves, people are like, whoa, what the fuck?
Mate, to take it in another direction, like you said about the pop pang, people singing. I'm old enough to remember when 500 Miles, Proclaimers tune, came out the first time. It was a fucking joke, mate. People used to sing it as a joke. Know what I mean? It was looked upon like, what's this pish, know what I mean? And then years later it becomes a classic, but it becomes a classic because it stayed true to what it was in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And that's how all these, there's a whole host of these old school UK rappers that it's a tragedy that people don't know who they are. Know what I mean? That really, really shaped the way for what we've became, and then what's went on to become what it is now. Do you know what I mean? So
let's run this track. Speaking of UK classics, man.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Let's have a blast of this.
For somebody good to record my stuff, and I think you're it. And I think you're it. Me? But I think you're it.
Oh yeah, back again. 1991. We're getting serious.
1991.
Here we go. Hit it. Listen, money grabbing man I'm dismissing. Plenty of fish in the sea, so I go fishing. Looking for the deal that suits me down to earth. For every little bitty thing that it's worth. Sometimes you can sense that I will be when I do the listening, but you ain't talking clearly. I bet you thought you had me, but I say gladly that I don't need you badly. Hardly a second is wasted when I grab a piece of your pizza and taste it. No, that doesn't mean you own me. I mean 20 minutes is all the time you've known me, and you think you can dictate my hell of a life. Go on home and control your wife. Deep down you ain't nothing but a businessman, but if you can, then I know that I can make progress and be a little bit better than yesterday when I was only a veteran, hoping for things that were too good to be true. But now all I really wanna do is rough it up. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna.
Classic, man.
Classic material, man. Blade, Rough It Up. 1991, 691 Influential. That was a hell of a label. That was like the UK. It was better than Def Jam. Because like you were saying, it was coming from Blade's flat or something in New Cross. I think that's where Blade was repping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. 691 was the area code.
Yeah, man.
Aye.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's a great tune. Good times, man, as well.
So many classics by Blade in his solo shit and fucking when he hooked up with Mark B, like 2 separate stages of his career. And like I remember, mate, we could do a 45-minute live show, and almost every one was like a classic banger. Do you know what I mean? He could just fucking every single one, man. Lion Goes, Survival of the Hardest Working, into this, into that, into the unknown, into You Don't See the Signs, into fucking it's fucking insane.
Bangers,
mate. He's one of the artists, right? That just like you said, big man. It's not until somebody starts to say all these songs that you start to go, fucking hell, man. You realise just how many bangers the guy had. Know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Phenomenal.
I was always exhausted at the end of a Blade set, just because from the first song to the last, it was like you were fucking bouncing all over the gap. You know what I mean? Ridiculous.
Speaking of Blade set, I could have rapped every word of that song there. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Love that shit. That was like an anthem to me at that time, about being pretty much on a shitty job and having no money and just trying to make things happen. You know what I mean? Pure inspiration, that shit. So big shout to Blade, man. I always admired you for going away there and doing that as well. That was something I think a lot of us up here really looked up to as well. But we didn't
man.
We didn't have the internet to be like big shout to BA or make a post in a forum, or there wasn't any of that. It was like word of mouth. And I probably heard about you working with Blade about 6 months after it started, probably. You know how we didn't have internet and shit. You know what I mean?
I like heard some grapeviney stuff, so there was obviously people like yourselves who was interested, but there was actually also other people for your generation who were getting in touch with Blade going, why are you hiring this young guy? Fucking give me that opportunity. So it was a weird mixed bag. You know how it is, man. Some people are always trying to hold on to their spot, and some people are always trying to fucking welcomely open a door for people who deserve to walk through it. So it was that mix, as always.
Let me check out some of the comments right now so that people can interact a wee bit, and we'll see who's in the building. You know what I mean? So big shout to GBH. Good to hear from him. He said it's about to get buttery up here. Scottish hip hop, all sorts of yasness. GBH is on the edibles. That's me. I just shared my own thing.
Andrea didn't put me right. I want to note that spelling mistake there.
Okay. Big shout to Dustin. He's ready. Big shout to Donna. She's ready. Big shout to Becca Starr. She's ready. Good to hear from her tonight.
Big ups everyone listening live, man.
Big shout to my man Remo. He's in the building. Hope you're well, Remo. Big shout to Hamish McBurney. Hope you're good tonight. Up there in Stirling. Dusty's here for the good shit. He knows it's all good shit here tonight. You know what I mean?
Smart man.
Yep. Big shout to Walter, the Despicables, aka Verse One. I always need to remind myself who that is when I say the name Walter. Coming up on social media, it's Verse.
Yeah.
I remember. Verse reminds me so much of Butter. It makes me sad, to be honest. You know what I mean? It reminds me so much of the Butter night, because Verse would always be there, and Verse also worked in McKill's too, so he's kind of, when I see his name, the first thing I think is live hip hop events and how fucking shit things are.
Man.
Yeah, and how shit things are going to be for a time as well.
You know this is the live hip hop event, mate. This is the live hip hop event right now. The three of us in a fucking live chat. You know what I mean?
I think it is, you know what I mean? And it's going to be like this for a while, but that's fair. We'll come across that bridge when it comes to it. But I'm a bit fucking scunnered about the whole lack of. I can deal with foot gigs for a wee while. You know what I mean? Obviously that's fine. You know what I mean? Deal with foot gigs for 6 months, a year. How's it going to work? You know what I mean? In touch with some of the wee sweatbox venues that our Scottish hip hop gigs are. Everybody, 25 people on a tiny stage at the same time. How are we going to do social distancing with that shit? You know what I mean?
Mate, I touched on this in Mackenzie's podcast a little bit. I don't want to repeat myself, but I've actually been having to like turn down battles, even ones that are getting offered to me in December, because I'm like, I know I'm going to end up writing for 3 months, and then some next wave of this shit's going to come and everything. You know what I mean? I just don't trust anything, even for fucking next year, starting next year. Just like, well, to spend my time writing shit for. So I've turned down, unfortunately, every battle that was offered to me for this year's schedule, just because who fucking knows from week to week what's going on. Like, they're calling this the first wave now. That fucking sucks. Like, see if we have to endure this shit for the next 1-2 years of our lives, man. This is so long. It's fucking ridiculous.
Aye. It's no that. See, if you do endure this for about 2 years, how do you go back?
I know, man.
We're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. Do you know what I mean? Aye, what's left?
I think all the businesses that will be completely fucked by then.
Exactly, like, what's left? You know what I mean? In terms of our circuit, you know what I mean, with music, you know what I mean, and venues and places that is it's a nightmare. You know what I mean, for artists, and it's something that we probably never thought could ever happen. In terms of,
I don't know about yous, but have yous thought about this since this happened, just to be like, man, I wish I could get just the year before this shit kicked off back. I would be fucking out playing football and fucking doing all sorts of shit, mate. I'd take up jogging, go out on my bike or something. I don't know. I genuinely have found a new appreciation for what I usually don't care about and I usually don't need to do. But just the fact that I'm not allowed to do it, the rebel in me is like, no, I fucking want to do it now. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm feeling like a new appreciation for all that shit I wouldn't usually be out there doing anyway, if that makes any sense.
And that's what's going to happen. Yeah, it makes sense. That's what's going to happen when the lockdown gets released a bit. Everybody's going to be like, look, I wish I should have done this. So now I'm going to do it all right now. And everybody's going to be out at the same time. You know what I mean? Up a mountain, you'll be up a mountain, it'll be like a girl street. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck, man, aye.
Mobbed.
Yeah,
aye.
Just wear the mask, I think. You know what I mean? That's the future there, I think. And what about the vaccine? Would you take a vaccine? Would you take a vaccine, BA? If the government comes up with a vaccine, are you there?
Nah, mate. COVID-19 can't kill me. No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't, just because I feel like I'm safe. But there are those around me that are high risk, so I don't know. I'm not tinfoil hat in the vaccine thing. There are things that I fucking plant my conspiracy flag in the ground for, but vaccination conspiracies isn't the one. I think there's too much money for medicine companies to be making for them to be doing anything insidious shit with their things other than bumping up the price 3,000% per pill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about yourself? Will you be yourself, Freestyle? Were you there for the vaccine when it comes?
Mate, I totally agree with what BA said. I've planted my conspiracy flag in many places, but I'm actually the data that's coming out now is showing that I'm actually one of the fucking most at risk because of my type 1 diabetes. Where it's something like the percentage of deaths that are coming back, they're exceptionally high among the diabetic community, you know what I mean? So I stopped taking the flu jag a few years ago because I had my tinfoil hat on too much. I got a bad flu. Then I got it again one year. Never got the flu. So I think right now, if there was one sitting in front of me, I think I'd be more inclined to take it if I knew I could take that and I could get back out and I could go on with my life and live my life in peace. You know what I mean? Without worrying about it. And if they want to put nanobot technology in, they'll fucking do it anyway. It's nanobot, it's microscopic. You can't see it like a virus. So if they want to do anything insidious like plant chips in you and all that, they'll have the technology where that shit could just be transferable through the air. So I wouldn't worry too much about fucking vaccines, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm there at the front. I can't lie. I just want to get back to fucking life. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with a vaccine. I get the flu jab every year because of the nature of the work I do. I'm around people. I mean? So,
like when I think about conspiracies nowadays, mate, I think one rule that fucking kind of rings true with all conspiracies is if there's money to be made, follow the money, and generally you find who's probably responsible. Like, see if you're talking 5G, if you think about the logic of that, Why would a telephone company who makes money from people being alive to pay a subscription-based service turn on a device which kills them all?
Exactly, mate.
They would be bankrupt within a year. There's no money to be made. There's no control to be gained from it. And also, historically, I would point out that when radio signals were turned on for the first time, people were saying it was going to explode everybody's fucking head. Whenever a new sort of wave is introduced into our environment, people naturally say it's going to do some weird shit. But yeah, 5G just like 4G, just like 3G, just like 2G, just like 1G, just like radio. Shit is what it is, mate. And what they want to keep their consumer base alive to pay them monthly subscriptions to their super expensive smartphones. 5G isn't the cause of any of this shit. While we're on the conspiracy thing.
I agree, but then I got lost because all I heard was an excellent jingle for Sonny G Radio, as you shouted out about radio making people explode and all that. I thought that was a tremendous jingle.
Mate, I'll put that into a jingle form if you want as well, man. You can have me on Sonny Govern in the daytime. People won't even know it's PA. I'll just come in between some boring shit like
We need that. Tell us about this track, B. This is something new that you're heavily involved in. Tell us about this.
Yeah, man. So Prometheus is a Canadian MC and producer, and he contacted me and wanted me to be a part of this project. It's got a limited vinyl release and stuff like that, and I fucking absolutely love his MC style. It's just one of those classic. It's actually really hard to categorize for me as someone who just says, "Yeah, that's a bar. That's not a bar," because it's more than that. It's just one of them MC styles what you could just listen to the guy rap all day. Do you know what I'm saying? And I love that MC style, man. So when he asked me to be on the track, I was more than happy to, just because I was an actual personal fan. You guys know me. I love sample-based boom bap. I'm still fucking stuck in my bloody sample-based boom bap ways over here. So when I heard this shit with sample-based boom bap plus his high-quality MC style, I was more than happy to do bars on it. And then that's led to, off the back of it, he wants to do an EP with me where he's just doing the. So
Dope.
So yeah, that's one of the two EPs I'm currently working on. Is also with Prometheus, with him on the production and me on the vocals.
Cool. Let's have a listen to this.
Cool, man. Yo, I can't hear shit, Steg.
I think you turned the volume down on it, Steg, for Blade.
You know what I need to do? I need to share it and there's a wee box that I need to tick. So let me just fix that in a second. In the meantime, B, tell us a little bit more about the new projects you've got coming up.
Well, the other project I'm working on is just a follow-up to the LP I did last year with Character. So me and Character are cooking up the next thing because we were both like personally proud of the project and we're both looking forward to doing something again with one another. So just in the process of collecting the final beats for that and proper looking forward to it. Yeah.
Cool. Let's run this, B.
Nominal butchery.
I'm out the bomb like Vietnam. I'm out the bomb like Vietnam.
Assassin shit.
Regimental sergeant major with a long list. Elemental flaw, yellow cake with the bomb blitz. Heavy metal bar, shut it down for a gross aroma. Kids can put on the floor like it's Oklahoma. Tim McVeigh drive away in a stolen Buick, don't pursue it. Simon Gray and I'm convoluted. Eddie Shakespeare, yeah, my shit needs extrapolation into a region of your mind for examination. Lines lacerate your brain and attack with hatred. I'm a prick, I don't like you, so congratulations. Massacre all your raps and collapse your faces. Dear Hunter, I'm De Niro with a ratchet aiming at my own head, and I'm laughing at you aggravated. Administration needs evaluating with consideration to amalgamating every iteration of this alchemy. Obliterate with proliferated falconry. I'm out the bomb like Vietnam.
With your forces minimal to the strength of my dusty level.
I'm out the bomb like Vietnam.
With your forces minimal to the strength of my dusty level.
BA's back, they tried to put
a stop to this, and all they did was wear away the brake pads. The only thing I let myself get attached to is train tracks. If I see a tidal wave, I just wave back. No remorse, I'll stab you with a broken sword. Go to war and lasso your Trojan horse. I'm so fresh, you can't smell the stench of death when I'm standing on the chest of your decomposing corpse. The ancestor of Sander Clegane with the exact same arsenal as Saddam Hussein. And when I'm on attack, I'd make Wolverine's claws retract back up into his adamantium frame. Don't ask it twice, double the dough for half the price. Slash you up before I'm even locked back the knife. I wore black tonight cause I know that hip-hop's dead. I'm just here to welcome it to the afterlife.
I'm out the bomb like Vietnam.
Yeah.
When your force is minimal to the strength of my decimal level. I'm out the bomb like Vietnam. When your force is minimal to the strength of my decimal level.
Not playing
Yeah.
all the track. People can go and hit that up later for sure. You know what I'm saying? But banging tune, man. That's the most recent one you've dropped. B, if that's correct.
Yeah, I believe so, man. I actually, also, as of late, I did that tune that JKC put up recently in collaboration with Homegrown, Always Best in Scotty Media, I believe it was. I had a little verse on that thing as well. That's all right. Yeah, so done a couple of verses for people here and there, man.
Yeah, man, keep it busy. Then that's good.
Yeah, man. People want bars. I've always got bars, so it's not a thing.
Let's talk about the bars, BA. Let's talk about the bars because you're a barsmith.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A
Absolute
barsmith.
assassin level bars, all times, infinite, forever. There's one thing in life I am 100% confident about. Absolute assassin level.
Yeah, man, and for sure. And as a barsmith, right? You've done some incredible battles, BA, right? Too many now to even think of naming them all, right? But do you have a favourite one at the moment, or do you?
Man, the one I always think of, because I just think personally that's like quite a clever thing to clock at the time. Because keep in mind this was freestyle era, and hand on heart, this like was no pre-written shit. I don't even think about it. I don't even think I thought of this. Like sometimes when I get there, I start like thinking of shit. Do you know what I mean? When I get told who my opponent is, because in the jump off street battle days, you only got told who your opponent was when you got there. So yeah, so it was maybe just before the round started. I thought of like I was battling Ezra, and I says, Ezra, I call him a whack bastard. He's called Ezra because he flows like his name, arse backwards. Yeah, and I just thought like clocking that his name was arse in reverse, and then equating that to the phrase arse backwards, and then working that into an insult towards his style, all off the dome is why I love the art of freestyle to begin with. And people to this day say that was fucking pre-written, that was pre-written. And it's such a compliment when I know for a fact it fucking truly was not, bro. That's just hard work.
I believe you, man. I believe you.
Paying off at the highest level. It's hard work just paying off, mate. And it's nice to see that hard work paying off like that, but it's also slightly disappointing when people will always just assume that you didn't actually freestyle it. They're like, there's no way that was that
mate.
Okay.
In the moment.
But before you go on, David, I just want to touch on something. Right, hold that thought though. We'll come to that, right? But the jump off, because I had a pure flashback at George Square watching you and the freestyle master battling Big Steg. I think you were battling BA, and you.
Mike Assassin,
Mike Assassin for the jump off in the freezing cold winter. Man, that was one of my favourite battles, to be honest, because it was. I didn't really know what a rap battle looked like in terms of in the streets of Glasgow. And,
it was awesome. It was awesome. I don't even think anyone knew what to expect, I guess, except Stig and Mike Assassin, who had been everywhere. But like I know for a fact, all them lot was shook getting off that van in Glasgow. So like they were on their best behaviour, you know what I mean? Because like that must have been tough for them, like just going to every city, going to where all the roadmen, hip hop people were, and just like fucking balls out, being like fuck your city, every city they went to. When it was slightly a bit more iffy to do that sort of shit in battle rap, obviously it became more friendly as to what you're allowed to say without getting shanked as the years progressed. But you know that was still in the weird infant stages. Well, like, you know, You know what?
Aye,
like,
that was actually probably the precursor to what became the format that is now, with the two folks donning just a cappella, battle rapping with each other in it, in front of a crowd. So, aye, man, that was fun. That was well fun, man.
Mikey Sasson had a few good bars that day, freestyle master.
Aye, mate, aye.
It the same. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember now, but the same sort of crutch that he kept using. You maybe remember
Aye,
yourself.
and by the way, a pure tenuous link here, right? Back to Blade. Just after what you said there, Steg, that exact fucking what his wee hang was. I think it was BJ that told me this, right? Damaged Goods, big up the big man. He told me that Blade actually says to him one time that a line that I said, again, the same as what you're saying about freestyling it, BA, a line that I kicked that night to Mike Assassin, because he kept saying, I'll murk you, I'll murk you, I'll murk you. This guy's getting murked. You're getting murked there and there again. And I said, you're going to murk me. What, you're going to buy me a Mercedes? So, and it was, Blade said that was one of the best battle lines that he'd ever heard. So I took that, was a big compliment, because as you two of you both know, Blade's a legend, but he's also a hypercritical fucker. You know what I mean? If he's got something to say about something, he'll say it. You know what I mean? He'll not tell you your shit's all good.
Bro, fucking Blade came with me when I did the jump off street battle against What's-His-Face, which was the second time I battled What's-His-Face. He'd previously beat me in the Spin the Mic final, the last battle in the Spin the Mic tournament. I got beat by What's-His-Face. So this was the rematch in the street battle format, and I beat him. And straight away, fucking Blade comes up to me and was like, yo, you stumbled a bit in your third line. First thing he said, I was like, you critical motherfucker. Let's see you battle What's-His-Face. Let's see how you do, you know what I
mean? Aye, didn't he hold back, man, and coming forward, know what I mean?
Nah, man. It is what it is, mate.
But see what you were saying earlier, see as a freestyler, like, see when I started out, in the early days, I used to think to myself, I want to get to a level where I can freestyle something where people don't know that I'm actually freestyling it, because it's so good. See, nowadays, you feel as if you have to make a fucking mistake in your fucking freestyle now, so that people know you're freestyling, because people seem to respond more to an MC fucking up when they're saying they're going to freestyle than they do for somebody that actually does the art pure and clear, like the two of us do, big man. And you're the best dude I've ever had a freestyle session with, you know what I mean? So it's...
Appreciate it, mate. Likewise, mate. I love freestyling with high-level people, and I will say that, see my modern battles, when I do them flips at the start of my rounds as a throwback to how it used to be, and also just because it's a strength that not every modern battle rapper can utilize.
Aye.
I'm not saying I win the battles on them alone, but see the fact I can do that and my opponent doesn't, and they generally get huge reactions. It's an instant momentum killer for them. And it's like,
oh fuck, aye, man.
I think to a live crowd especially, that like gives me such a huge advantage. What people underestimate that aspect of the the battles I've done over the last few years.
Aye.
But Tony D wasn't saying no flips, or Bonnie Godiva didn't have no flips, and Serious Jones didn't have no flips, and I had flips every fucking round for Serious Jones, man. And I just think that shit, like the crowd, just like, it's overwhelming when you can take someone's standout line and think of something that fucking just cancels it, or
totally,
makes it a negative even.
It's a pure buzz as a spectator too, and that's when you know you're dealing with some high caliber MCs and not just the pre-written shit. That is the whole joy of the battles.
And also,
really, you know what I mean?
See, as a freestyler, and as you, like you're just saying, big man, what you're doing inside the battles. See when you see folk fucking struggling to remember their line, and then stopping the battle and going, wait, hold up, and they're trying to buy time to try and remember their shit. That's the wackest shit ever, man. As you're talking about the old school rappers earlier on, big man. I grew up watching older school rappers than you. I grew up going to watch Chuck D and all these cunts all doing their first world tours and all that sort of shit. We saw greatness. The people that people call the cornerstones of hip hop, we saw them all live. We were out there, and these cunts never stopped. Fuck all from they cunt. They just kept going. And if they fucked it,
Chuck D a cunt. You know what I mean?
Ah, he's a good cunt, but
That's
It's-
devil.
let's get in it. Good cunt.
Yeah, that's
Good cunt,
why I
bad
used,
cunt,
that's why I
bastard.
used that against Tony D, man, because at the time people were saying all that, like if he spits 3 rounds, he doesn't lose. His only clear losses in the history were 2 battles where he'd forgotten a round. He'd been an undefeated dope flop champion for 2+ years and then returned the title because he didn't like the work schedule. He was very highly like. See when I battled Tony D, at the time I battled him, I didn't just have to beat him. First I had to like punch through his aura of invincibility in the eyes of his fans. Because
Aye.
if I'd have just edged it in a fair platform against Tony D, it would have went to him and everyone would have voted for him and everyone would have said I got beat. So like you
What
had to
what was the heavy battles you had in that battle? You had some serious battles, right? But you had
Aye,
some
you did,
that
man.
when you
that
fucking
was deadly. That was
when you watch
deadly
the game on it up,
about.
when you
Say it, go say it, man. Say it. You know the one.
You think pint size, mate? What's even better is it was a massive rhyme scheme because it started with so the rhyme scheme is I right. So it's like you're so short you don't need to duck when there's a drive by. You could be looking right at me and still turn a blind eye. Why buy your wife's lies? Because she's taken so much pipe from white guys. The only way your children must resemble you is height wise. And then something like you find pint size just the right height when you watch a baby monitor or you try and swipe right. So that's all the same.
Destroyed. That was there was no coming back for Tony D after that. To be honest, you know what I mean.
No.
Mate, I think that's a bar that like. I'm not blowing my own horn here, but I think a high level insult comedian would have been happy to have thought of that line to say to someone in a crowd. I think that's like one of them lines that you could take out of that, and it's just a high level punchliney comedy insult which could have been used in any creative medium and got as big a reaction. And that's my personal goal when I'm trying to think of punchlines for battles. Is what is both accessible to someone who's not a hip hop fan. So you know all that scheming shit smack rappers do. Only hip hop fans appreciate that. Someone who's just a regular dude who's stumbled on a battle on YouTube won't sit there and go, "Oh yeah, I like that fucking cheese scheme, the fucking Stilton Brie." You're like, you know what I mean? They won't do that. But if they hear that fucking plain simple, it's accessible to everyone, but also such a high level punchline in terms of like comedic value. So it's both understandable to everyone and also people can understand it's like high level. So that's my personal style with my writing style for battles.
You've also took
That's why I
battle rap
always
to some strange places.
You what?
You've took battle rap to some strange places, but we'll talk about that in a wee minute. Some of the places you've showed up, but I want to go through some comments before they get backlogged a wee bit and we'll lose track of everybody. Big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to Shell Tomel. She says she bought Blade's final by postal order. Yep, of course, yep.
That pop connection, wasn't it?
That's where you got the good shit. £6.50, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Real big money back then too. £6.50. Fuck, I sound old, man. Jeez. Big shout out to my man Jam CCTV. He's tuned in, man, tonight. Good to hear it. Good to hear that. Becca Star says most consistent battle rapper that is. Yep. Defo, man. I would agree with that as well. Because
totally, man.
That's really what counts too. You know what I mean? I know people might shout about Soul being like Scotland's best, but Soul has ups and downs. You've always been fucking strong. You know what I mean? If in fact he's getting better. You know what I mean? Probably, which is unfortunate how 2020 is just cancelled. You know what I mean? Because of that.
It's unfortunate for my adversaries once it's uncancelled. But mate, I just always try and never rest on my laurels. I learned a long time ago. You need to take hatred with a pinch of salt and high praise with a pinch of salt, because the people giving you high praise might be lonely people who just want to feel connected to someone they perceive as special because they've been on a YouTube video or stand on a stage, and they might want to fucking feel a little fucking bit of happiness by getting a hello off them. So they'll be overly complimentary to them in order to have that interaction. And adversely, people giving you extreme hatred are clearly fucking unhappy with themselves. They want someone else to be as unhappy as they are. They don't follow their dreams, so they want you to stop yours. So you got to take both extreme hatred and high praise with a pinch of salt. So I've just never rested on my laurels, and even when people were acting like I was smashing it, I was still in my room every day, working hard as fuck, mate, and always thinking, no, I'm not as good as I could be here, or I could be better at that, because I want to be an all-rounded MC, just for like my competitive nature, man. I don't want people to be able to say he's a battle rapper but he can't make a concept track, or he's a battle rapper so he can't do a stage performance, or he can't fucking do a track in the studio. I just always wanted to be a completely well-formed circle of an MC with obviously a strong point in combat-based lyricism, as is my preference. Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah, mate.
Andrew Hayes says, would you recreate any Robbie Burns poems, as people say that Robbie was the rapper of his day?
I don't know, mate. I would have wheeled up the horse and fought them witches to the death if I was in a Robbie Burns poem. So,
mate, I tell you this one. See, years ago, I'm talking fucking years ago, maybe 1996, 97, we done a thing for STV, right? And then they got in touch with us again, maybe about 6 months later, like that, gonna do a Robbie Burns program, and we want to update it, and we want to have you doing one of his poems on it. So they said you can pick one of these ones. So Tam O'Shanter, just you're talking about the witches, that was one of the poems I was allowed to do. So I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know if they wanted me to like rewrite it into a modern context or whatever. So young, not really giving a fuck about it anyway, you know what I mean? We were going to be megastars at that point. So I was like, fuck that, fuck STV anyway. So we went in the studio and I was getting my demo version of it. And I took the verse that's like the most inspiring, bold John Barleycorn, and it goes into some heavy shit about witches and warlocks and all that, right? So we done that, but we put a fucking mad pitch shift on my vocal going underneath it. We turned it into some heavy demonic shit, and then right at the end of it, after it, I left in arrogantly and foolishly, because I could have probably get paid. I left in the bit where I did that. Fuck it, that'll do it. So nah, man, that was a bad look. You know what I mean?
See, we didn't understand what really they were looking for. I guess you know.
I didn't have a fucking clue.
You know, they could probably interpret Robbie Burns as a rap, and I know my man Well's done it well. You know what I mean, and it can be done well. But back then, we just thought, nah, let's put a fucking pitch shifter on it. You know
aye, fuck this. You know what I mean?
Man, Rebecca Wallace listening into the stream as well. You know, I was obviously at the wedding recently, and I remember being halfway up the stairway, and I never drink, bro, and I must have had a couple of champagnes or something, and I seen Rebecca, and I was like, oh, fucking congratulations, and for some reason, she seemed like she was trying to rush me. She was like, yeah, thank you, and I was like, yeah, fucking, and then I looked up, and there was like fucking 10 birds with cameras all looking down at me like, get the fuck out of the way, this is the top shot, the daft cunt. Yeah, man.
You don't drink anyway, bro. I was there as well, but I don't remember seeing you.
Yeah, man.
Maybe it's because nobody had hats on. It was hard to recognise folk for sure.
That's it, mate. No, I was there for the ceremony, but unfortunately, I also
later.
So I was fucking there, then back down to fucking slog away at the job. I missed the dinner, unfortunately.
Cool, man. Big shout to Scott. He says, preach BA. My news feed's full of COVID shite. I don't want to read it. Don't want to hear it. He's having a belter. And there we are ruining it. We're talking a wee bit about it earlier on. It's hard not to talk about it a bit, innit? You know what I mean? Fuck's sake. Big shout to the original Bolgen. BJ. You know what I mean? BJ is the original Bolgen because he used to always be called fucking, what did he get called, Davey?
The Bolgen?
The Bolgen.
Oh, for real?
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that was a BJ nickname, but I do remember the very, very first time I met BJ was, it was the very, very first time I met you, David. Do you remember?
Was it a jump off, mate? No.
Aye. Where, do you remember where?
Oh, it was at the Carlin Academy, wasn't it?
Aye. Outside there, yeah. And I went up to you as it was happening on BA, and straight away BJ, the Bolgen, the nickname, he goes, "You're from Lockerbie, aren't you?" I was like, "Aye," and he goes, "It's a bit plain." I was like, "Safe, mate. You're already in battle rap mode. Let's do this, mate."
Big shout to Kendo. He's a fan of Blade as well. Amazing to see BA open up like this. big shout to Steg the Parkinson. You know what I mean? What? Of
Whoa!
You know what I mean?
Damn, am I opening up that much? I just feel like I
you know
feel
what I mean?
comfortable because I'm in the company of friends, innit? I forget there's even people in the live stream. I'm just talking to my pals, mate.
I'll do for a G.
We've chatted like this a lot, part of it, in front of screens, so it's just
Yeah, that's it.
the way we are. Big shout out to Connor. He says ideal content to get me through his video edit. Big shout out to you, Connor. That's where we like to help folk, innit? You know what I mean? Ease the pain of doing something in the back. We'll have some good stuff in the background. I spent every day writing, recording. Urge everyone to do the same. Work on your passion, and you won't get another chance like this. That's the thing. You know, people have got a good chance now on lockdown, but then people are not inspired, or are they? I don't know. I'm half and half.
I'm half and half now, mate. I'm starting to get just what you were saying earlier about COVID bars and all that. I'm at the stage now where I'm like, I need to start doing something creative because for about a week there, my head went down. Know what I mean? I wasn't doing what I should have been doing. Know what I mean? I was fucking up on myself and all that. And I've got an urge now to write shit, but I've got an urge to write uplifting shit for some reason to make something positive. Know what I mean? That it's no cheesy and all that, but
he is raging.
But to go in a different direction. Know what I mean?
Nah, respect.
Yeah,
of course, man. Obviously, BA has not happened with you, is it?
What do you mean?
You're not turning over a new rap leaf in terms of the pandemic is going to make your content be post apocalypse. I like utopia style. You
know me too well, mate. Nah, you know what, man? To be honest, like, I don't know if you want to stray from strictly hip hop Steg, but see if we're talking the last year of what I've been doing, mate. So about a year.
Speak about it.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I decided, like, look, I've been trying this shit all my adult life, and I've got to a level where internationally my peers regard me as a very good person at my craft. And unfortunately, because of how niche all this is that we just so happen to love, you can't choose what you love. It just ain't getting any of us financial security right about now, unless you're incredibly fortunate. So I thought, okay, if I can, as a creative writer, reach a certain level in a field, if I applicate that to a different field where there perhaps is money at the end of the fucking rainbow, maybe one day I'll have financial security without having to do a 9 till 5 until I'm 80-year-old, right? So I tried the stand-up thing, which obviously is on YouTube. So
yeah, let's speak about the stand-up thing, because that's in one of the unusual places that I think through battle rap you develop the punchlines, and punchlines is just basically comedy, isn't it?
Aye, but I did approach it like I've explained this before, but right, so there's been a few of these comedian versus battle rapper nights, and it always seemed to me like it was always comedians having a go at battle rapping. So in a comedian versus battle rapper night, it was all battles. It was just the comedians were battle rapping. Now, obviously, I'm being silly, and this is all good and fun. But if I'm being a competitive one of the fucking forefathers of the British battle rap battle scene out here, one could perceive that as arrogance on the part of the comedians by thinking, "Hi, we're witty. All that is witty with rhymes. We can just go in there and fucking use our superior comedian wit, and boom, we can be battle rappers." There's a lot more technical components to it than that I think. Obviously, like I said, I know this is a silly, childish, battle rappery fucking way to look at it, but one could look at it like that. So if one were to look at it like that, when one got offered to do this thing, which I did, I was like, yeah, I'll do it, but only if I can comedy battle the comedian at comedy. So I can just go into their world.
I like it.
So I can just go into their world and be confident that because of my writing style, I'll be able to think of just insult comedy the same way. So but that's just, like I said, that's a childish way of looking at it. At the end of the day, mate, I just wanted to challenge myself in something new and see if I could do it, mate. And it seemed to be well received, but like, I haven't tried another one of them, but it was something I was thinking about. And then I started writing film scripts, like screenplays, mate. I've got a
That's
bunch
cool.
of them. I've got a bunch of them now, actually. But the first one I wrote, I actually sent to. Do you know Tommy Slack?
Yeah, man.
Aye, big up T.
Very, very talented cinematographer.
Amazing. Yeah.
And Tommy really, really, really liked this horror script I wrote. And so he wanted to turn it into a film. So over the last year, we've been working on it. And it just so happened that yesterday I had to drive to Edinburgh for a meeting because someone's now involved to direct. So there's a director, and Tommy's going to be director of photography. And I'm currently in the middle of having to do a rewrite for various script changes, which the director wants. So it looks like this thing might actually be getting filmed.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
Wow, mate.
and that's the first thing I ever wrote, mate. But I've now got several other scripts I'm in the process of writing, and also this weird set of short stories. I don't know what I'm fucking doing with all weird little samurai stories, mate. But yeah, so the last year, I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna try writing scripts and shit like that, making little short
Yeah,
stories
man.
and
That's
shit.
super dope. I remember one thing you said to me one time, and it's just always stuck with me, and I tell people it as well. And it's basically you tell me that one of the most exciting things for you as a writer is a blank page because you can
Aye, man.
take it anywhere. You know what I mean? It's got infinite possibilities. You know what I mean?
Aye, it's the difference. It's like it's an actual fucking philosophy as well of life, mate. Like, do you see the end as nothingness or everythingness? And that's the same philosophy you can hold to a blank page. So you can look at a blank page and perceive it as nothing there, but in actuality, it's not nothing there. That it is not nothing there. It is every single possibility in the world ever there. And as soon as your pencil touches it, you limit it down to the one which you decide to exist. Every single thing is there, and you limit it down to one. There is no nothing into something. It is everything into something that just so happens to be the one that was there. And I see life as the same way. I don't think we came from nothing. I believe we came from an infinite spectrum of every possibility, and this is just so what it happened to be. So yeah. If you put that same philosophy to writing, there is no such thing as writer's block. The only problem you should have is having the fucking ability to stop all that fucking shit from confusing your channel being on the one thing. But everything is there. So creative people would never not have anything. That page is every single thing ever.
Yeah, man. Always
Aye,
stuck with me that that philosophy as well.
Yeah, man.
But big shout to BA from GBH. Dusty says he feels you, Dave, because his missus is type 1 diabetic as well. Truth be told, you were the first diabetic I knew, and knew I understand it more. It's shit, man.
No, big up Dusty, big up the land. You know what I mean?
Big shout to all the diabetics, man. Life's tough enough, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It's one of the things, but mate, it's again, see what you're saying about the page and all that. People would look at something like diabetes and think it's the end, but it's no. The end was what it was before when I was down to like under 7 stone, when I was like 21-year-old and fucking pissing constantly, drinking constantly, feeling terrible. Then I got insulin and I started to feel all right again. So I'm happy to have to inject myself every day because I'd never want to go back to feeling that way. And it's in your own hands. You know what I mean? It's if you want to fuck it up, you'll fuck it up. If you want to take care of yourself, you will. So it's up to you, people.
Make it happen and take care of yourselves. More now than ever. Shout out to
100%.
him. He used to shout to Steg for the Hit Me Where Your Rhythm Stick song that I requested on Steg G the other day. That tune was for Davey as well. You know what I mean?
Aye, no, me and Hamish had a conversation about that tune one night. How me and you, Steg, were young enough to be about, and that tune was like number one. That was fire, man.
Do you know that tune, BE? Do you know that tune Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick?
Ian Jury and the Block Kids.
Oh yeah. I thought it was like some new remix shit. Obviously,
no, man.
Yeah.
That's a tune, man. It's a tune.
Early British rap. That's what that is.
Yeah, for sure. A ska rap, UK.
Aye.
Reggae, funk.
A lot of early British hip hop was influenced by them other sort of genres like that, man.
No, for sure. For sure, man. A big shout out to Rodney P. He actually sent us a new song tonight, which I hope to play later. And it just reminded me of that. But he's one of the people that's kept that accent way through his his rap style in terms of
big up London Potsy, man.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
London
So,
Potsy, mate.
you know what I mean? That Be Promiscuous tune is pure fire, Hamish says. Heavy
people.
track. Big shout to Becky Wallace. My favourite BA battle was
Bank
the
of
last
England.
line.
Oh yeah,
Bank
when I said to Immaculate that
Say it, BA.
well, admit that whole thing was like at the time in battle rap, I felt like there was a subtle arrogance, and of course there's that internationally perceived arrogance of Americans toward the rest of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like Americans are number one, so they don't need to educate themselves. You know, it's just a stereotype, obviously. But in battle rap, you play on fucking stereotypes. And also at the time, there was like some battle rappers, not immaculate, but there was some battle rappers just coming over for the paycheck and putting in a lackluster performance, whereas if they were on their home turf, they would have tried a bit harder. So I just wanted to do a whole round fucking chin checking that arrogance, innit? So that whole round is just a chin check to the American arrogance, and I point out the fact that the Federal Reserve, which is currently in control of America's currency, was actually started by the same people who own the Bank of England. So regardless of whether or not they gained independence, money rules the world, and if the people that started the Bank of England started the Federal Reserve, then they didn't gain independence because money rules everything. So I used that in rhyming form to take him down a peg. Because they think they rule
fire round, man.
That's one of my favourite rounds for sure. That's one of my favourites. Between that and the Tony D, but it's hard to
but see that round.
Yeah, so to find a logical loophole to be like, no, actually, Britain own you. I was like, perfect.
Well, see that round.
Dope concept.
Dope concept. Me and you must have been doing a song, mate, round about that time. I can't remember what the song would have been, but you actually rapped me a portion of that verse. It wasn't completely finished. You know what I mean? For that round, and you were like, "What do you think of this shit?" Because of what me and you used to always talk about and discuss and all that. Away from rap music, you know what I mean? Today with all that Bank England shit, man. And I remember being like, "Fuck me, man, that's fire." When I heard you doing it in the actual battle, mate, fucking beast.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, no, a lot of people complimented me on that round, and I think I don't know, man. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like fucking sometimes people jack my shit, and I can't think of that many actual cool concept rounds like that before that round.
Aye.
Same.
But again, big man, you gave another level to it. You dropped a lot of knowledge in it.
But you also got criticised by a lot of people for the concept. I remember that at the time. A lot of people they don't flop fans. I think some of it just went over their heads. But
bro, you know what?
You know what I mean? The lyrical fans, they fucking loved it. You know what I mean?
You know, there's two people I'll always make sure I spit my shit to this day before I've got a battle, just on some like, so what do you think shit? And it's Possessed and What's His Face, yeah? And I distinctly remember spitting that last round to What's His Face 3 days before the battle. He's going to hate that I mentioned this live on the podcast. And he went, do not spit that. Do not spit that, whatever you do. It won't go over well. And I was like, well, fuck, bro, I've only got 3 days. And he was like, mate, you need to write some other shit and memorize it in 3 days. That round, I think, is going to tank. You need, fuck, I don't like that round. So I got off the phone and I was like, fuck, man, one of my two closest confidants is telling me my third round shit. But sometimes you have faith in yourself. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes you have to have faith in yourself. And, anyway, after the battle came out, I got a call from What's His Face, and he was like, I was so fucking wrong, mate. I'm so sorry, mate. That worked so well, mate. So yeah, man. I was happy I still sparred it though, because he fucking put a heavy doubt in my mind about that third round as well when I phoned him that day. Like, yeah.
So sometimes, like you say, you've just got to go with it. And that's it, man. It's a legendary fucking rap and the battle rap circuit for sure. I want to talk a bit more about that in a wee bit, but I want to play some music and then I want to go through some of these shout outs too and the questions. If anybody's got an actual question for BA, get them in and we'll get them to them after the next tune. This might have been one of the tunes that you were talking about, freestyle, in terms of the collab with BA. We've done a lot of tunes with BA, But I found this one on the screen, the most recent one. So I'm going to play a little bit of this right now.
Developing, which sees the Earth as a single organism and recognizes that an organism at war with itself is doomed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
A balance of terror pioneered by the United States holds hostage all the citizens of the Earth. We are one planet, but the balance of terror is a delicate balance. Very little margin for miscalculation.
They can't drill you, surveil you, to be sure you don't make it through the game they used to break you. Your government hates you. They live in fear of you wake up, that's why they sedate you. Economically rape and detain you. Brainwash, take set, all the shackles that chain you. Till you're thinking freedom's something they've gave you, and you're thankful, so grateful they've just enslaved you. There's a war going on for control of the food in your bowl, of your mind and soul. GMOs on the plate, pesticides as I say, suicidal side effects and the pills prescribed. Kill your pride with the wine and the weight. You're provided with the weapons to decline your life. You're a prisoner of war, free thoughts outlawed. And we got less rights left in this fight in the southpaw. Reducing numbers as they plunder amongst us. Now they're turning the youngsters into murderous vultures. Corrupting your consciousness, barraging your senses. Attack your defenses till you're trapped in the trenches. It's unforgivable, they're giving us the minimal. They label us the criminal like 96 in Liverpool. It's getting difficult, you see just who's your enemy. They're playing the heart with dark energy. We at war with these corporate frauds and the corporate laws of these corporate gods. We at war. It's no good tanks and guns, cause when disaster comes, it's but the banks and funds. We at war, but we're thinking we're free. We're imprisoned by some bars that the eye don't see. We at war, like none we've seen before.
The world's at war, and they don't know who they're starting with. The arsonist, Spitfire, bomb the gate to Parliament. I'm done with this planet. Fuck you all, I'm just hanging about so I can watch the world fall. Then I'm gone. El Chapo's right hand man, and someone needs to tell Trump that you can tunnel under walls. I shoot drones out the sky with a beef like the one I keep for people who rely on the police. I'll flip out and go into the street and kill so many sheep that you couldn't count them in your sleep. So please wait in line and take your time when selecting a weapon to sever the Orwellian state of mind. I'm not buying it. Survivalist, and I was born in 1984. I'm not about to die in it. I disrespect gods and flip them off. I heard the Queen was sick last year. Fingers crossed, and if that bar triggered you, I couldn't give a toss. I'm putting it on your head just to rip it off. Mastermind control, it's no threat, so don't let news reports start fucking with your head. Every last bank will get stuck up for the bread, cause they're keeping us in debt. So I'm coming to collect with a hacksaw. It's that raw, so fuck what you stand for if you can't understand that we at war
with these corporate frauds and the corporate laws of these corporate gods.
We at war.
It's no good tanks and guns, cause when disaster comes, it's but the banks and funds.
We at war,
but we're thinking we're free. We're imprisoned by some bars that the eye don't see.
We at war,
like none we've seen before.
The world's at war.
going on outside, no man is safe.
Let's know what, like grenades hit worlds without
We at war.
Preparations for war.
There you go, Steg G and the Freestyle Master from the album The Freedom Frequency. How could I forget that? That's terrible.
It's because you've done so many, bro.
It's late at night, mate. Okay. I'll just say that. That video has 47 views. That's not right. You know what I mean?
That's big, man.
That's big. That's how we roll. That's just the automatic robot version that the Spotify distributor makes. So that's why it's 47 views. I think I'm saying that. Big shout out to my man Gruddy Grimes. He says shout out respect. He's checked in all the way from Brooklyn. Hope you're doing good out there, Gruddy Grimes. I say big shout out to my man Westo. He's tuned in all the way from Ballock as well. Big shout out to Westo and Ballock. Vicky Wallace wants to know, what does melt mean?
It means it's London slang for murder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get murdered. So it's melt, and all that sort of shit. I just flipped it.
I want to believe it means mercurial, even though I'm not 100% sure what that means.
Mercurial on the roads, huh?
I'm not even sure what mercurial really means, to be honest, but I've heard about it.
Great name for a rapper, Roadman Mercurial.
It could also mean mercenary. Maybe he was just offering you a private security team and you completely didn't realise and you missed out on having some sick unit of fucking dudes with MP5 behind you. He offered to merc you like 5 times. That would have been like fucking 12 dudes. You'd have had some
It was just his thinking bar, wasn't it? Go and check the video. It's on YouTube. I think.
Matter of fact was his one, wasn't it? Matter of fact was his little thing. That was his what the fuck am I about to say next thing.
Aye.
But one thing, by the way, that fucking Davey, you're so good at. You don't have a what the fuck am I about to say next thing. I did. I said listen a lot. So like, you know, in the listen.
David had
I've got a few
as well. David had a thing.
I've got a few.
If you know him like I know him, then you'll know. You know what I mean? I guess
that's
well.
it.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what it is, mate? I've got a few, but I've been doing it that long that I've multiplied the different ones over the years, and I can actually, mate, I can do a full verse. I can do a full verse with just my fucking wee fellas. You know what I mean? It's outstanding.
Do you have a you know, or that's the way as one of them?
Aye, that's the way. That's the way. That's one of my ones. That's definite one. And you know, see when you slip into it and you can feel yourself doing it, it's the hardest thing ever to try and get back out.
One of the most honest things I've ever seen by a rapper on stage. I forget where I was because I've like fucking seen them and performed with them so many times. But obviously, Five Life Cypher always smashed the freestyle.
Aye.
And Life was freestyling live, and it must have been his fellowship, right? Because mid freestyle, he literally finished the rhyme and then went, and then started freestyling better. So in his head, he must have been like, no, this is the autopilot fellowship. This is shite. And he literally stayed on stage and then just fucking picked it up a gear. And I fucking rated that honesty, mate. Yeah, so dope.
What about that be taking your brand of hip hop over to Eurovision? How do you think?
Mate, I think I would have been ejected from that building for getting into a dispute with someone backstage long before I was ever seen on camera. Don't fancy myself in any song contest with a bunch of people that I would be singing alongside. I would love to freestyle battle every contestant though. My round would just be like, all right, who's currently #1 in the phone chart? Switzerland. And then I just have a full thing about Switzerland, mate.
At first, it seems daft be Eurovision, but there is some crazy places where you've appeared with your rap. Tell us about some of the weird places that you've appeared with your rap.
Fucking popped up rapping in a fucking condom advert of battle rap Joe Pasquale and the Late Show or whatever.
Wait. You battle rap Joe Pasquale. That's a big sentence. That's a big sentence to say, man.
You not remember the Late Show? They had it for like.
Yeah, mate, I've seen it. I've seen your clip for sure. Yeah.
Joe Pasquale was on that shit, right? So, in fact, I want to tell this story because it pissed me off.
Full screen. Okay.
I'll tell you a couple stories on the day, actually. Joe Pasquale actually fucking got lip to lip with your boy here and almost got his little fucking comedian head knocked off because I had to remind him. I was like, oi, do not do that in the next take because I'm in your world for 10 minutes. I have to go back to my world for the rest of my life, so keep your fucking face off my face, bro, right? Because in one take, he got like that close to my face, mate. And I was like, I don't care if this is for the sketch, for a live TV show. I cannot disassociate that from the disrespect I would have in a normal battle, right? So the whole premise of the sketch. In fact, I'll tell you bare Joe Pasquale stories. How's about this?
Yes.
So an hour before he shows up, this cunt shows up. This old brother, and he's got a napkin, and he's writing shit on this napkin. And I'm like sitting about waiting for him to start filming. So I'm like, yo, mate, what do you do? And he goes, I'm Joe Pasquale's ghostwriter. I've shown up early to think some jokes. And he literally showed me this napkin. And he goes, what do you think it is? Rap is crap. And I was like, this guy makes money. In my head, right in that moment, this guy makes fucking money. This guy gets paid off Joe Pasquale to come down here with a napkin and write that on a fucking napkin. Oh, I felt like strangling him with his own shoelaces, mate. Fucking hell. Anyway, So there's a fucking little eye opener into the world of television level comedians. He's got some fucking straight dude with a napkin writing down clangers for him. Anyway, so the whole premise of the sketch is Joe Pasquale all week's been going to environments that he's unwittingly stumbling into as a bumbling buffoon, and then he's like walked into someone else's world and comedy ensues, right? So the premise of the sketch is he walks into a battle, me and Press One are battling, and he walks in and interrupts that battle. Cut away. Then they were going to cut back to me and Press One body bagging him, right? Just going in on him either side. Cut away. And then in the final segment of that the sketches that night, they were going to go, let's check back in with Joe again and see how he's getting on. And it was now going to be Joe Pasquale singing I Know a Song That'll Get on Your Nerves, and he's won over the battle rap crowd, and they all cheer him, right? So check this.
He won the battle rap crowd by singing I Know a Song That'll Get on Your Nerves.
Oh, high level writing on this show, bro. They spared no expense.
But the battle rap crowd are absolute cunts, aren't they?
They reanimated Frankenstein just so he could reanimate.
Big shout to the battle rap crowd. I'm in there myself.
Yeah, man. Anyway, so but check this for some fuckeries. Can you even guess what happens before I say it, by the way? I want guess.
No, I'm not going to try to guess.
All right, so come to it airing live. First segment airs, right? So Joe Pasquale unwittingly stumbles into a battle with me and Press One. Cut away. Cut back. Joe Pasquale is singing I Know a Song That'll Get on Your Nerves, and he's won over the battle rap crowd. They fucking cut out the middle segment where me and Press One get to spit battle raps at him. So it completely changed the sketch from him like being made a mockery of to just some idiot that shows up to a battle rap crowd and they all fucking instantly love him. What a weird... It's fucking strange, mate. Anyway, they later tried to fucking like give us a little thank you by putting the footage of me and Press One battling Joe Pasquale on YouTube. So it is on YouTube.
I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
That segment. But yeah, man, how fuckeries is that? They cut out the bit that, like, you know, I was proud of the bars. They were fucking some funny shit, mate. You know what I mean?
Tell us about the condom advert. Was the modelling the actual things? Was it?
Nah, yeah, mate. I was just starting a bit of fucking dick out, man. Got paid well. What can I say? No. So, mate, it was one of the many like Jump Off have some weird hustles sometimes, man. Like I swear, Jump Off just phone companies, any company, and they're like, we could make a good ad.
What was the boy's name behind Jump Off again? Big shout to him. What was his name?
Harry, wasn't it?
And Ada. They were brothers.
Big shout to them, man, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Harry and Ada. And so Harry and Ada, like, they were just trying everything. They were getting in touch with companies and trying to get fucking money from different companies and saying, look, we can fucking work for you and do this and that. And some condom company were like, okay, what can we do? And they were like, we'll do your trailer. So, no, it wasn't even... well, yeah, I don't know if it was a condom company or like a fucking like sexual protection awareness advert sort of thing. You know what I mean? But I had to do. Check this out. I had to do a rap.
Keep it safe. Keep it strapped. I like it.
Yeah.
Respect. Respect your tool troops.
It was still technical rhyme schemes though. Do you know what I mean? I still wrote it like DA. But check this out. In a sexual health awareness ad, I had to change the word AIDS. Like, what, you want them to be aware of sexual diseases, but AIDS doesn't exist, yeah? Okay.
It's advertisement for you, into it. They want to cut out the reality into it of things. And
yeah, man. But to be fair, I did say it in a crass way because, like, I was saying, just going.
Of course you did.
Because I was saying like go to the buy shop and buy rubbers, and then I was like in the shop don't get afraid because buying rubbers means you're both getting laid and ain't getting AIDS, and they were like don't use that, you can't say AIDS, but it's like, you know what I mean, it's fucking, it is what it is, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But I got a decent fucking little wad of Skrilla for that random shit. It's not something I was like treating as a passion project or nothing, but you know how it is, man. You get asked to do fucking 10 bars for some advert for half a G, you're like, fucking up.
You're there, man, for sure. For sure.
Mate, me and Steg have actually ventured into the world of advertisement too. Stegs was a really cool one. Know what I mean? He got a cool one. He got Coors for the worldwide fucking campaign, Coors Ice. Steg was doing the scratching on it, right?
Obviously, you can't see me. I'm not just here.
No, but me, I got fucking Reed furniture. Know what I mean?
It's big, man. It's big.
Reed furniture, mate. But I basically I went down to date, right? And I've walked in, and the dudes that were recording it, they've done that, right? Here's what I want you to say. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, they gave me the raps, right? And fucking, to be honest, I'll stand here and I'll say it. I'll sell my soul for the fucking cash. No bother. 100 quid for 30 seconds. You know what I mean? I was like, fucking parents. Fucking right, know what I mean?
Fucking right, man.
What a fucking date, man.
You can appreciate here. You know?
Also, it wasn't like any fucking moral shit like that with that decision, because I'm like fucking, you know what I mean, teaching people to fucking protect themselves from fuckeries is a good thing. I didn't feel like I was selling my soul in that situation. Obviously it's bait, but it's not like McDonald's level. It's just like fucking, you know what I mean?
His was for the corporate machine.
McDonald's, no, that's cool. You're going to get paid through the arse. I done it for a fucking furniture shop. You know what I mean? Somewhere on the tin. Fucking no very gangster. You know what I mean? Just a draws.
Yeah. A gig, as BA said, a gig's a gig. Let me check these messages here right now. We'll come back and chat in a sec. Big shout out to my man DJ Sonny. Hope you're doing good out there, Sonny. Big shout out to you and yours over there in Edinburgh. Sonny says, very uplifting to hear people who are passionate about something. Enjoying these episodes more and more. Starting to inspire me to make hip hop again. And that's a big, beautiful thing to hear, man. Amazing.
Big up, man.
Sorry, make some big, beautiful hip hop.
Legend out there, innit? Perfect practice, innit?
Dope, man. So big shout out to Sonny. Good to hear from you, and great to hear that, man. Keep it up. Scan Squad's in there. Salute DJ Sonny, yeah, for sure, man. Dave Wilhelm, join your songwriting group if you want to get some inspo.
Definitely, Becky. I'll message you about that when we get off of here.
There you go. Connect. And big shout out to DJ Saw. He's in the building. Evening to you, DJ Saw. Biggie says the stand up was brilliant, BA.
Oh, safe.
Yeah, man. I believe that's something I could see you do more of, hopefully in the future, when you can get to actually stand in front of people. You know
if you look at it, I know. See, battle rappers are the modern day Morecambe and Wisey's and all that, or the old wisecracking punchline type comedians for back in the day that kind of fell away through concept comedy. You know what I mean? Battle rap tends to keep that fucking vibe going.
True. Big shout out to my man Goody. He says the Godfather of Scottish hip hop. That means just the old rappers. When people say the Godfathers, I take umbrage with it. I don't really, but some on truths.
Do you want to hear my joke? I've got like a favourite joke I've wrote, like for like a stand-up set. If I ever do a stand-up set,
go for it.
All right, so it makes you think it's going to be dark, but it's actually just really silly, right? So, you know how the Nazis made Jewish people wear them little Stars of David badges in the concentration camps to identify them properly? Well, what if there was no Holocaust and just a mass extermination of sheriffs? What if the real reason Hitler lost is that he didn't kill the deputies? That's my favorite.
It's hardcore. It's dark, but
it's actually
funny. It's funny, man. I think that's comedy. I think that's what comedy is.
Let's talk about offence for a second, mate. So let's dissect that.
Let's talk about offence, yeah. Let's go for it.
Some people would just like a newspaper would take that and say BA makes Holocaust joke, right? If I was a famous comedian. But it's not, because the brunt of the joke is the joke. The joke is the brunt of the joke. And the brunt of the joke in that scenario is me for being stupid. It's nothing to do with the Holocaust. It's me being an idiot. What sort of idiot would mistake them badges for sheriff badges and then jump to the conclusion that it was a bunch of sheriffs who'd got killed and then link that to a Bob Marley lyric in his Pathologic? I am being an absolute stupid fucking idiot at every step of that joke. I am the brunt of that joke. So I think people, when they watch stand-up comedy, sometimes they need to forget about the actual subject that's being discussed and really analyze who is getting made fun of. And generally, the comedians are like purposely being cruel for the fact that the cruelness in and of itself is so over the top, it's funny, for example. And in that scenario, I'm being so fucking idiotic. I'm trying to be funny, but it's nothing to do with the Holocaust or any of the horrible atrocities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favourite comedians is Frankie Boyle. Look how raw he is.
Yeah, man.
That's what comedy is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Well, it's my favourite kind of comedy, mate. Is just like, unfortunately for people that don't enjoy it, dark comedy. So when I start writing jokes, unfortunately, that's the sort of comedy I end up writing. Because my favourite comedians are, I don't know if you've heard of a guy called Anthony Jeselnik, but if you haven't,
no.
So check out Anthony Jeselnik, mate. He's got some shit on Netflix and that. He's fucking an incredible just joke writer. He's not a storyteller, but he just fucking, his whole set is
gags, man.
Really high quality dark humour. And I also like Jimmy Carr, even though he swaggles a bit.
Jimmy Carr's good. He's really good.
Jimmy Carr's dope, man.
Yeah, man. Like, as an actual joke writer, I think he's a super high level dude. And so it's guys like that.
He's dark as fuck, man, Jimmy Carr.
Sharp as fucking all, man.
Yeah,
he does all the comedy battles and all that shit as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, the roasts. Yeah.
Aye.
He's got a bit of pop in him for sure.
That's one thing I think I would be able to transition into instantly is like roast. If I was invited,
man.
Roast,
that's what battle is, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got the patter. It doesn't need to rhyme. I can fucking.
Aye. Big shout to Andy. He says, "What's up?" Big shout to you, Andy. Scott says, "Amazing BA. I've had a bunch of comic strips published. I always wanted to give film a bash. So big up for getting out there with that."
Mate, if you've got comic strips published, contact me. I have a bunch of short stories, so I don't know if you're involved in the writing of them, the drawing of them, what process you have, but fucking hook a brother up, man. I'm trying to get involved in every single industry with creative writing, so anyone who thinks I can applicate that to them, fucking yeah, I'm looking to just do things, and I have faith in my ability as a creative writer to fucking do something of quality. So even comics, let's go, mate.
Dope. Like we said earlier, it's an empty page that BA sees the possibility in. Scott, who knows where it's going to go with the writing? Would you say that was fair to say that, BA?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Like some of the stories. Like I don't want to fucking lag it up. I wouldn't want to like talk you through an entire script, but I think you guys would be like I don't know if you guys would expect it of me or not. Actually, maybe I don't know, man. But I think you'd be maybe impressed with some of the little ideas I've came up with so far with all this story shit. You know, outside of the rapping shit I've been working on, mate.
Dope, man. And this is BA. You destroyed Steg. I think David destroyed Mike Assassin that day too, not being biased, but they couldn't have let the Bathroom come to Scotland. Maybe of course I'm biased. I get it. I'm human. I'm going to be biased, but still, even with it, I think with the freestyle master Mike Assassin, it should have been Davy's win.
I'll say mate, and even then, that was when crews were a bit more territorial, and I didn't know you guys as like, you guys are my boys now, but we weren't on that level back then, and all crews were territorial. So if anything, you know, you were in your little group standing waiting to battle Mike Assassin, and I was over fucking standing in my little group. You know what I mean? And genuinely, I remember on the day thinking, "Wow, this is 2-0, man. He's got him." And then when they said Mike said that, I was like, "Really?" And to this day, I genuinely think you beat him, mate. I think that should have been a
me and you, BA, we both know the backstory as to why I didn't win that night, because it was lucky to draw. See, if I'd have went first, I would have won that, and you wouldn't have beat Big Steg. Because what people don't know is they two boys had went round the entire UK for like 3 days prior to that, battling, like you said earlier on in the podcast, big man. They were battling in every city they were going to. So they ended up, by the time they got to Scotland, it was the last battle. in that competition that was going on between they two to get who could get the most battle wins around the country to then go on and represent the UK battling in the street battles in America. They were actually fucking a dead heat by the time they got here. And to big up Mike Assassin and Steg as well, they two guys had been battling the whole time. So it's difficult to maintain like a high level at every single performance you do.
And both of them were dope. Both of them were high.
Both of them were dope.
MCs.
No, I mean,
both of them were dope, man.
Dope, but
it just showed that they picked two dope MCs from Scotland. Maybe they picked the wrong MCs. See what I mean? To come up against.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Aye, but it was the luck of the draw at that point, and they couldn't. If me and BA had both won, they two were still sitting neck and neck. And then how the fuck did they settle at the end? Do they two have to battle each other? These two guys want to go fucking home. They've been on the road for 3 days in the back of a motor. And that's basically what it was. No, I mean, they left that battle in George Square and drove straight back to London. So...
And the prize money was worth it as well for them. You know what I mean? They were giving it to their boys for sure. I mean, by
the way, you know I mean? Big up Griddy, because we had literally just got back from New York 2 days before that, I think, and saw Griddy. We're in New York, and I'd actually got the email when we were over there asking me to do it. So I was fucking skint. That's all I remember, and I needed that 50 quid. And they bastards robbed me. Fuck England.
50 quid for the battle win was something. It's not a lot of money for hip hop at all, especially not back then. So fucking 50 quid coming up to fucking rap for 10 minutes is fucking, hey, you're there for sure. You know what I mean?
Fucking great, man.
You know, and I will say this, man. Fucking. I don't know if you remember on the day as well, but I wasn't even thinking tactically because it was freestyle. I was thinking competitively. So I won the coin toss, and I don't know if you remember, but they asked me who I wanted to battle, and I just said whoever wants to battle, mate. I didn't even choose. And I want to say this as well, man, because I don't think it gets said enough. Like, big up Jump Off. I'm not trying to hate on Jump Off. In fact, I specifically think Rap 6 is one of the fucking soundest dudes in the fucking game.
Good, big dude, man.
Real guy, mate. And but I do want to say one thing Jump Off should not have done is throw Mike Assassin under the bus like they did. I don't know if you remember this, but Mike Assassin.
What happened?
Mike Assassin, like obviously Mike Assassin done all them battles and that, and then he got bodied off at Iron Solomon in America. And then at the same time, there was certain people on the Jump Off forum and that who were the first fans to bring up the fact that some of his filler lines didn't fully make sense and proper nitpicking his material, which is already quite brutal because my man's freestyling. But I mean, so he would occasionally say a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense and they would point it out. But instead of fucking just leaving it alone, Jump Off then went and filmed random people in America doing their best Mike Assassin impersonations, picking up on the mockery from the forums, and then actually published that video on the website. And I was like, wow, you know what? Here's an interesting fact. Mike Assassin was the reason there was the very first street battle for Jump Off, which is the reason for all of this shit that followed, because he was getting booed in stage battles and was getting good reactions outside in cyphers when he was battling people outside. So he said to Jump Off, fuck it, bring the cameras outside and I'll battle him. And they actually did. And because it got a good fucking gritty vibe to it, that started every other battle after that. So Mike Assassin is the reason Jump Off picked up on the street battle format. And he fucking championed them throughout that street battle Rap Gladiators tour that we were a part of and shit. And then for him to have one bad battle against Iron Solomon, who pre-wrote 3 rounds in the freestyle era. 4 rounds in fact. For Mike Assassin, right? He wrote 4 rounds of pre-written material against a man freestyling. So you're already bringing a gun to a knife fight. And for Mike Assassin to return after that loss and then get thrown under the bus off of the company which he gave the format to, which was their biggest and most successful export, I think was one thing they should never have done. And they might think that's an isolated incident, but MCs who are paying attention to this shit don't forget what they did to that guy after what he did for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Speaking of legendary battles, and I'm conscious of time on the podcast tonight, I'm not going to leave it without saying a lot of people want it. Respect BA versus Soul. You know what I mean?
Mate,
has there ever been any approaches or any talk about it with yourself or Don't Flop or anybody saying let's try and make that happen?
I don't know what sort of how much detail I want to get into, but basically there's been loads of attempts. At one point, there was somewhat of a bidding war almost as well. Then someone, through verbal agreement, won the bidding war for it. I honour my verbal agreements, and so does Soul. Me and Soul had a private discussion about the verbal agreement. We both said we would honour it, and it sounded like the best way for the battle to go down. I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and the verbal agreement didn't come into any sort of fruition. So since then, it has been offered multiple times again, and the most recent time it was offered was incredibly recently, and unfortunately, the reason why it's not going down as of just now is because, as we all know, this COVID-19 shit is fucking top
So it's
obviously
it was coming. It was coming. It's happening right now in a parallel universe. That one, it's gone backwards in time above the South Pole.
Of course,
that one.
Part of me does think it's okay, but then the other part is like, fuck it. If people really need to see the fucking battle for Scotland and all that, it's so cheesy to me. But it's like, to me, it's just another battle.
It's not cheesy, man.
Well, you know why it's easy to me? Because I don't think I'm trying to be the best battle rapper in the fucking universe. I don't get.
Soul's one of the best, though. Soul's one of the best.
I love Scotland, and I defend Scotland.
We're getting heated battle rap chat.
Scotland is my homeland, but I'm one of the most competitive people on the planet, and I would never pigeonhole my ability to a region. I don't think there's fucking, on my day, anyone really, that if I put in a really good performance and I do my best in the writing process, I think the best you'll ever get against me is a close battle.
I think you win against Soul, but no disrespect. I just think your style's more just Soul's not got the same aggression in a battle. You know what I mean? Even though he's got more aggressive styles these days in his battles.
I'm hurting bombs. Yeah. That's
but I would love to see it because Soul's one of the best battlers in the world as well. Like yourself, it's not just about Scotland. It's actually about Scotland having two fucking incredible battle rap MCs. So man, it's like we want to see an end fucking World Cup.
You know what? I didn't say that to Soul, man. I was just like, you know what, bro? Fucking regardless of what happens, it's actually fucking so dope that in the history of United Kingdom battle rap, in this period, mate, me and Soul were classed as like at least top 5, both of us. So we're two Scottish people representing on such a big scale that's always been minoritized in comparison to the amount of talent which comes out of London and fucking Nottingham and Birmingham and Sheffield and all these other places that produce dope MCs. So the fact that me and Soul have managed to teeter our way into like the top 5.
Super cool, man.
Top
5 for sure. Yeah, man.
What can you say, man? And
it's fire. It's fire. That's what you say. He's fucking fire, man.
Yeah.
Let's get in the ring. Let's get this fucking in the ring, man. Let's do one of the versus things that fucking everybody's been doing online. You know what I mean? For the lockdown crew. You know what I'm saying? Who can sponsor that?
Bring him in money right now, and I'll freestyle.
So we've got 5 minutes left.
As soon as COVID-19. I'll battle him proper in the written format. But yeah, you know what? All I want.
Of course you would, man.
All I want at this point is like either Soul or Gemini or Shotty Horror. I'm looking. I class myself as elite, therefore I'm looking.
Yeah, man, for sure.
The other people that the fans perceive as like hard battles, and on this side of the continent, but I'm always happy to like. There's a lot of names on the other in America and shit that are just like would be dope to battle. Do you know what I mean? So if I get offered one of them, like that's just one of them ones. Like that's a little tick in the fucking stamp collection book of names that I've like battled. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, mate.
I've got a lot of message here from Soul saying, "No,
mate.
I wish. No, maybe for another time we can. I'm not trying to encourage it, but as a battle rap fan, 2 of the top 5 MCs in battle rap in the world come from Scotland. So as a fan of that, and as a fan of Scottish hip hop, I do want to see that sort of clash. And you know what I mean? It's just for I know that Bevies will bring incredible bars to that, and just the spectacle that would be phenomenal. I don't know if I can wait to 2021 or 2022 to be honest. So
Here's something like fucking. Let's debate this live because I don't think it gives anything away. I might have to change the names and locations to protect the identities of those involved. Right. Let's say me and Soul battled in fucking Sheffield. Would it make sense to use for that to take place there?
I would accept it.
Just want to see it.
I would accept it, man. It can happen on the fucking internet.
So you
Don't
don't
give a fuck.
you
Just
don't
make it happen.
think it's like
Zoom.
you
know
don't
what I mean?
you don't think it's a bit of a missed opportunity for it not to take place in like Edinburgh or somewhere like that?
No, mate, because I think that see the aficionados that really want to see it, they would make the journey down to Sheffield. Sheffield's not that far. Sheffield's no London.
Scottish
know
crowd
what I
would
mean?
be too hyped for it, and seen a Scottish gig. They'd be too hyped for it in Scotland, and they would just fucking shout it out, and ruin it for every cunt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, aye, man. I would be doing it myself. You know what I mean? Fuck's sake, you know what?
Maybe it's not a bad idea. But there's a lot to think about. As soon as this COVID-19 shit is gone, man, I definitely want to do a couple more battles before
Big shout to Soul, big shout to Respect.
Having said that, if something happens with this screenplay related shit, man, I have to fucking follow down that path.
So let's make it happen quick. I mean, before PA goes down that path.
Well, yeah,
battle rap fans.
Yeah, mate.
Let's get a crowdfunder, Kickstarter, whatever we need to get doing. Fucking, it's a good Saturday night's entertainment. How fucking dope will that be, Scottish rap fans?
I need to
Let us
say
know in the comments. Let us know in the comment.
One other thing on the fucking battles thing. Obviously, I was mad gutted when the Saurus battle fell through, and I'm still incredibly eager to reschedule my battle.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope to see that, man.
Well, man.
Yeah, man, that'll happen. That'll happen. Look, I'm going to be running out of time soon, so I want to redo the last comments and then finish with one of your tracks, B. So let me just bat for everyone.
Cool.
I want to say a massive shout to the F, also Junior Disbro, who's listening at work right now. Big shout out to the F, man. Need to get him on for the chat, talk about lots of good stuff, man, with him, and some things we probably couldn't talk about as well. BA, ever see an album with you and Big Div on it beats BA?
Well, actually, I tried to get that scenario happening several times. Unfortunately, Big Div's a very, he's a family-orientated fella, an incredibly hard worker, very, very busy guy. So it's sometimes hard to pin him down to do things like that. But there was progress made toward that a little bit, and hopefully at some point we'll at least have something we can release that's him on the beats and me rhyming for sure, man. I mean,
dope.
I mean, it won't be long now until his kids are probably getting places of their own and shit. So maybe soon I can just like literally just go around his house and like keep him hostage until I get an album's worth of beats and do it, man.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Mel says mercurial is a good word. When people say Merkin in future, that's what we're taking it to the royal age. With that, you know what I mean. So that's stuck now for sure.
Yep.
Liam says, when's the next album coming? Steg G and the Freestyle Master. I would say we're halfway through an album already. Pandemic slowed things down a bit, but things will change and before the end of the year for sure. What would you say?
Definitely, man.
Yeah, mate. For
definitely,
sure.
That's what I would like to think as well, mate. Before the end of the year, it's where, like you say, we're deep into it now as well. So it's exciting.
Big shout to my man Tech One. He's locked in from New York State. Big shout out to you, Tech. Hope you're well and safe, man. Good to get a chat with him some night as well, man. Catch up with the big man. I know a song that'll get in your nerves. Jeez, oh man. It's got to stick in my head now, isn't it? Right at the end of the show, Tay.
I know, sorry, man. I took that out of my brain. I've been dealing with that for 3 years.
Liam must have been at a Barline gig. Big shout out to you, Liam, for coming. BA's Joe Pasquale's ghostwriter. Joe Pasquale is just a funny name to even say. It's just pure comedy, man. You know what I mean? So, but respect to being, him being in your face like that is a funny image, man. You know what I mean?
It wasn't it for me.
You need to look that up on YouTube, you need to see that. You need to see that. Big shout out to you, Westo. Hope you're good. Big shout out to Tech One. He's shouting out Davey.
Peace, big man.
there's a ghost behind me, good shit. That's always good to hear that. You know what I mean? I can see it. It's because I'm talking to BA, you know what I mean? BA's
I bring the spirits from the other realms.
He's enchanted. It's a good word to use, isn't it?
Very much. Magical enchanted feather.
Big MC. Yes. BA, I just wrote them, bruh, but I could hook you up with some small press to convert your shots. Or we're talking about the conversation earlier about...
Oh, yeah, the comment thing. Yeah, nice.
Cool, man. Yeah, respect, Scott. Respect, man. Make it happen. Make your link happen. We'd love to hear new Big Div beats. I think everybody would love to hear that. Big Div's probably cooking, you know what I mean, as well. He's just a bit more fussy, I think, these days as well about things.
Yeah.
Good to hear you, BA. Great chat with you guys. Well, I think that's a good way to kind of wrap up the show tonight. Good chat, BA. Good to see your wee cheeky face again, man. Same with the freestyle master.
Likewise.
Yeah, I felt a bit like old times, chilling in mind, just catching up. You know what I mean? Doing some music and shit. Hopefully we will catch up in the physical soon. Do some music and shit and keep things moving.
Aye.
All the best on your future endeavours. I know that you've got a few things coming. Keep us posted on it, my man. And let's get another wee catch up on a fucking podcast again soon.
Of course, man. And more importantly, we need to get a chill out sometime, get a track done or some shit, boys.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, man.
100%, mate. 100%.
So I'm going to finish with this track. BA, tell us a little bit about this track.
Taijutsu, this is just me fucking badding out, mate. This is just me doing another...
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just one of these tracks where it's like, you know what, I had this, let me finish this quickly, right? I had a conversation with someone about concept tracks versus tracks with buzz like this and that, and I'm like, you know what, some people want to do concepts and tell stories and this and that. My shit's like fucking popcorn cinema, just entertainment and enjoyment. It's just all trying to be clever, witty lyricism and shit. So that's just another one of them tracks I do on that sort of tip, innit, basically.
Top man. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to BA, the freestyle master. We'll be back soon. Go and check the podcast. If you're not subscribed and all that shit that the kids say. See ya.
Right here. This is where we set the trap. We will strike from the shadows. Be ready. Here comes the enemy.
I make profit off the ganja sales, past the scales. Let me weigh up your worth just in case the transaction fails. And half my tales are from the crypt. Keep talking shit, hammering you if you think you're hard as nails. Any alpha male can die now. I watch your casket get lowered without raising an eyebrow. Lie down, I bring the terror. So if you're calling me out, you're getting boxed in the mouth like Killer. Keep bitches in a cellar. Fuck your life, the type to beat up your wife without drinking Stella. Came from a different era. I take the new breed and tear them apart until they get their shit together. Interstellar, you claim to be the sick type, but the spell breaks at midnight like Cinderella. Nikki Tesla, I bring the bass shouting in your face till I make it cave in with the pressure. Count the rings I run round you. I'm about to put you in a box and ring and kick the fuck out you. Prize fighter, the fact most of these writers are whack makes my words stand out like highlighters. The type I walk through, you think you're nicer cause you got views, but that's not proof like Mackay Pfeiffer. There's police looking, let's keep moving. I'm defusing time bombs just so I can reuse them. My life's a living hell. The anarchist are making arsonists set fire to himself. Stealth assassin with swords drawn. I've made the war-torn battleground out of any stage that I've performed on. The devil in his Norse god form. So if I mess with a bullet best, all we can do is lock horns. Still haven't picked my weapon yet, but when I do I bet the metal will be heavier than Megadeth. The best never left, collecting checks from the Corova milk bar for my synthetic mask. I've got a screw loose like Dimension X. My hash pipe will make you black out twice like red and meth. Check 1, 2, the art of my war is yelling fuck you as I run through Sun Tzu. Several levels above you, then again as the son of God I got a lot to live up to. Shedding light on an overnight craze. Well I've bodied every set since the open mic days. And people might rate your raps, but if that was me then bars would have never made it past the prototype stage. Like why? You don't like me? Likewise, bars so tight you forget how fast time flies. blatant I spy with my mind's eye. Only commit hate crimes against other white guys. And in battles I'm synonymous. Whenever flopping it, I do not forget like anonymous. Even hard acts to follow still follow this. Speed dial in your lifeline to call it quits. But if you wanna try, pop a shot and watch the bullet stop right before it hits me and apologise. No compromise, unorthodox. I was only predictable on the day that I was prophesized.
You fight well. It appears all targets have been eliminated. Nothing here but desolation. We need to keep moving. Hurry, not much time. I want to cut you in half, but I do not want two of you around.